Good afternoon, COVIDians. It's a Monday afternoon for a change. Well, most Mondays tend to be fairly much the same under COVID and lockdown. I just want to go through a few brief things, possibly, that I've either learned or I'm still learning about the Tories. Let's deal with one first, okay? There are apparently rumours, or it is, according to some, even an open secret among his friends and colleagues, that Boris is suffering with alcoholism. Now, to describe the man as a drunken bore is almost a bit like kind of relating him to Churchill, because quite often I think Churchill came across as a drunken bore. Yeah? And I kind of don't want to do that because obviously Boris thinks that he is Churchill recreated. And frankly, he couldn't even manage Churchill the dog. But let's just go back to what I started talking about a few moments ago. If Boris is struggling with alcoholism, I've known people who have been alcoholic. I won't put too many details in, but they've been very close to my life. Yeah, I've also known one superb lady who was part of Alcoholics Anonymous, and she taught me things that just absolutely changed my life. She taught me things that made me a better person. So if Boris is struggling with alcoholism, I'm certainly not going to condemn him for it. Yeah, but I would say this: if the man is a struggling alcoholic, why is he still in the post of Prime Minister? Frankly, I think that makes him medically unfit to do the job. Yeah, and I think at the very least there should be a change of leader. You know, if that is the case, he really is not medically fit to be there doing the job. Yeah, but that much aside, what can I say? Everything now seems to be kind of going off the radar with COVID, doesn't it? We're down to 6 cases, 5 cases, however many cases. In fact, we're even now not quoting a figure because Matt One-Nighting Wancock thinks that figures may have been exaggerated. Deaths may have been exaggerated. So we're having a quick look at how we count them, and we're not reporting any more. Exaggerated, for crying out loud. If anything, they've been played down. The actual figures are always at least 20,000 more dead than they will account for, because of the way the national a National Audit Office or whatever, or Office for National Statistics rather, collects the statistics, and they don't reflect deaths in care homes. Another one that's doing the rounds, obviously, at the moment, as everyone's going back to work, back to the pubs, masks in shops. I'd like to see them try. And it's going to be immense fun. Yep. And, of course, the police are not going to be able to get there to enforce it. And why are they not going to be able to get there to enforce it? Easy. Really, really easy. There aren't enough police officers. And with people back using the roads again, back at work and all that lot, yeah, having already cut 20,000 police officers or more, not putting any back, they're not going to be able to spare their time going and kicking people out of shops because they won't wear a face mask. Yeah, the only way that's going to be enforced apparently is through the shops themselves. I feel sorry for you. I really feel desperately sorry for you if you work in retail. you're going to be subjected, most likely, I would think, to verbal abuse. You're going to be subjected, I think, even to physical attacks. I can only hope that every shop who has got security on the door doesn't let the people in without masks. Just don't let them in. Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen, but I feel really sorry for you. This country is made up of people who kick off like that. Seen them fighting in the pubs, seen brawls spilling over from the beer gardens. This country's people kick off, and it's usually a violent kick off. Yeah, kicking off usually gets violent. That's the British disease. It's how we, it's how we express ourselves abroad, and it's the reason why people don't want us in their country on holiday. Beer drinking, just getting drunk and fighting is what we do as Brits. Yeah, it's what we're trained to do. We get drunk, we fight, and we become just incredibly obnoxious. Now, another one that you're going to need to be aware of, the permits for when the old no deal comes about. It is going to be no deal. Yeah, the haulage industry are already pleading with the government to sort out some kind of deal so that, it won't just be just over sort of 2,088 permits available for hauliers. Yeah, it will be enough so that we can still trade with the EU. Yeah, even in the beginning of January when it's all gone bye-bye. Yeah, so expect, because no deal is going to come now. Yeah, expect that to get your send all the foreigners back, yeah, because that's mostly what Brexit was about. Don't give me this shit. Brexit was always about white, racist gammon, yeah, just wanting people sent back to the EU, yeah. Farage was a racist, yeah. Most of the people in charge of it, although not all who voted for it, I will say that, were racists. It was predicated on a racist premise, yeah. So when we all start running out of food, yeah, blame the gammon who voted for it. Blame the gammon who voted Tory, yeah. So be prepared. Another thing, obviously, just be aware that the government love to give out contradictory advice. Yeah, it's great if they keep giving contradictory advice out. You can't nail them to anything. You can't pin them to anything. They want to create confusion. They want to create panic, because a population like that is easier to rule. It's easier to control. So you'll keep getting mixed messages. You always will. They do it on purpose. Let me know how you're getting on. Venturing out a little bit more. Certainly looking forwards to, not going anywhere without a mask, really. So take care. And as I say, ignore what the government tell you to do. Figure out for yourself what is best and what is safest, because the government really don't have your welfare at heart. Well, unless you're extremely rich, titled, a member of the aristocracy, a multi-billionaire or a millionaire, and you've got a private island and a tax haven somewhere, then the government care about you. Or, well, for that matter, if you happen to be Tim of Witherspoons, yeah, then they bail you out. Bye.